After 22 years on the radio, we couldn't stay quiet for long.
We're Lori and Julia, still loud.
Pop culture, gossip, books, TV, music,
and probably a little too much laughter.
Let's do this. Welcome to the most Minnesotan accented podcast in the world. And a lady
nominated by us.
But yeah. I created it totally in my mind.
Yes, but I'm willing to follow. I love it.
And a lady Sherry, who's listened to our show since day one, going back to the radio.
Yes, hi Sherry.
Her Aunt Tracy is the one who taught Emma Thompson how to speak Minnesotan for this movie Into the Wild that opened like a week before, like last Friday, October 3rd.
Oh, okay.
And, know, when we were talking about the accents and everything, and she said, "That's my aunt."
Funny. Okay, I love that.
So she had listened to the podcast when we were talking about that, but another person tweeted me and said, "No, you're not. Have you heard of Wine and Crimes or Wine and Grime?" I don't know, some other podcast.
That's more Minnesotan accented?
Yeah, and I thought, well, that's probably the people from Wines and Crime, saying that.
Just like the people from Still Loud saying that we're the most accented.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it is here. We're doing it again. Just want to remind people that you can listen to us to share with your friends wherever you listen to your podcast. Please like and follow us.
And subscribe. Like and subscribe.
And
you can leave a 5-star review if you'd like.
If you want. But wouldn't that be fun? I haven't read any reviews yet.
Julia, we're busier. We were busy. We've been busy because we haven't worked in 75 weeks.
So talk about yourself, Lori.
Okay, but you know what I mean.
This
entertainment work. Back to our real work. The work we're so good at.
Real job that everyone thought, what do you guys do for 3 hours every afternoon?
Yeah. So anyway, but big day. I always love October because I feel like it's when all the movies bang, bang, bang start getting released. Good movies you want to go see in the theater. And, I've told you I'm committed to being a theater goer.
I am too, actually.
Yeah,
because I love
it.
the experience.
Same.
I love the experience.
I want some popcorn. I want to buy some dots and sneak them in. I bring
Sometimes
in a bag.
I bought a 52 bottle of wine once.
Wow, Julia.
That was expensive.
Yeah.
Don't buy your wine at a theater.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's so many good movies coming out. And this week we've had the pleasure of seeing Teflon Jennifer Lopez making the rounds of talk shows. And on Monday night, they had the premiere in New York City of Kiss of the Spider Woman. Did you look at any of the photos?
I have looked at it all.
She's wearing a dress that sort of is spider webbish. It's quite stunning on her.
Yeah.
Like she always looks.
She always looks stunning.
But she's talking to Access Hollywood. And earlier on Monday morning, she talked to Craig Melvin. And he asked her about Ben Affleck. And she said, "Oh, would you look at this guy?" And then she just kind of laughed because she is a pro. And she said, "Yes, Ben and I went through the most difficult time of our personal life because they were getting divorced when they were filming this." He dropped the bomb that, you know what? I'm not that into you.
Right.
Which is how I think he handled it.
And when they were filming it means that the Kiss of the Spider Woman is the movie we're talking about. And it was her dream project, and he got the financing.
Yes, he did.
Through his artist equity.
And then she told
agency
Craig Melvin that. She said, "But Ben is the reason I am able to be in my dream project, which is a musical." She said, "My mom, I've seen all the 40s and 50s musical. I love Kander and Ebb, who wrote the songs. I think they wrote the songs for
The Greatest Showman,
Chicago,
yes.
Maybe Cabaret is some Kander and Ebb songs. But the 95-year-old Kander, I forget his first name, he was her date last night, as were her kids. But she's talking to Access Hollywood, and Ben is right over her shoulder, beaming at her. And you could see this look, and I just thought, he has a hold on her. He is her Achilles heel. And I thought,
Or kryptonite.
Kryptonite, don't go home with him. But
Right.
I think,
Hold out.
Don't do it.
They've been married twice, divorced twice.
Well, they
I know
didn't
they
get
were
married.
never married the first time.
But they called off the wedding 3 days before.
Yes.
Scandalo. Escandalo.
But I watched the chemistry because I saw him talking about how this movie is amazing. The actors are amazing. Bennifer is so great in this. We were so delighted to raise the money through our artist equity agency.
Yeah.
And if people, know, this is a remake of a movie, Kiss of the Spider Woman from 1985, which featured William Hurt, and he won an Oscar for it, and Raul Julia. And and this is kind of around the time that I was thinking of using Julia as my real name.
Yes.
And I was just kind of obsessed with Raul Julia because we didn't know him before this.
Right. And I was not familiar with the novel because this is based on a novel that came out in 1976. And it's kind of a fantasy. These two guys that are in prison, the one guy is telling the other guy the story. It's a convoluted thing to explain, but it works. Because I saw this movie, I remember at the Uptown Theater, and my friend and I, well, first of all, William Hurt was so dreamy, dazzling. And Diego Luna is in this version. I love him from Andor. Very cute. He was also in Y Tú También with Gael Garcia, whatever is one of the greatest threesomes we've ever seen on screen. Y Tú También.
Oh, look at you. What does it mean? You too?
Me too, please.
Me too. Okay, that's kind of cute. I never saw that movie. But this movie looks really good. And it looked good enough that I even sent it to my mom. And I said, should we try to go see this? And she thought it might be too difficult, even though she knows the story.
Because of the singing and then the talking.
Right. And but I'm going to go see this in a movie theater. I want to see it because of the rave reviews.
Here's one review. Jennifer Lopez is utterly captivating, impossible to look away from. You completely buy that a lonely gay boy would be obsessed with every swish of her hips as she swims about the screen in dresses dripping with sparkles. And apparently this scene where she's performing in a nightclub, because she plays two characters.
Right.
As a blonde, she's wearing a 50-pound dress. And Bill Condon.
I would literally tip over.
Right, but it's, you're boned and corseted into it.
Yes, and you have a stick
it's
holding you up in the back.
It's a showgirl dress.
Right.
And she talked about on The View, she argued with Bill Condon, who directed Dreamgirls in Chicago and
Beauty and the Beast.
And she said, I look terrible as a platinum blonde. He said, no, trust me, you have to be a blonde. They changed her skin tone. She was just laughing and sparkling and giddy over the fact that this is her dream job. And I thought, this is why she has the nickname Teflon Jen.
Why? Because she just keeps going at it. She works so hard. She's one of the hardest working women I know.
Yeah, she's a triple threat person. She's been married multiple times, but yet you still feel like she's your BFF. There's something very sweet and endearing about her, even though we have heard behind the scenes, she's, very chop and kind of, can be somewhat abrupt. But maybe that's how you have to have this kind of career. I will say Luis Guzman, who plays in Wednesday, he plays Wednesday's dad.
Oh, I love him.
And
Is he in this movie?
No, he's not. But a few weeks ago when they were doing the rounds for Wednesday, they played a game with him. Give us 2 sentences on your different co-stars. So name people he's worked with. And he's really a great character actor and has been in a surprising amount of movies. Well, Luis Guzman. And when
easy for you to say.
Yeah, when they got to Jennifer Lopez, I'm not sure what their movie was. He just said, okay.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
I mean, that's all he said. But everyone else got this thoughtful, complimentary thing. Okay. And it was just funny. Like, the kids were obsessed with it for a minute.
Yeah.
On TikTok, the shade of it all. But the movie right now is 82% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I hope it does well for her.
Cheetah Rivera, of course, won a Tony when they staged this on Broadway in 1992. And she was like in her 50s, I think.
I hope this does well, Lori.
Yeah, I hope so, because there's a lot of movies opening.
Okay, so there's a lot of competition
Yes.
tonight at the box office.
Yes, there
Okay,
is.
so the other big one that's opening is Roof Man, and that stars Channing Tatum, if you're just new to us, because we like to combine names, and Kristen Dunst. And it's
Kirsten.
her, back at it, people, wink, wink. And it's based on a true crime case about Jeffrey Manchester, who was a former Army reservist who robbed McDonald's by cutting through their roofs. And then he is, kind of has to be on the down low. And his friend said, go hide in a toy store. So he literally hides in Toys R Us to escape
Didn't he for months?
6 months.
Wow.
Yes, he
I wanna
lived in
see
a Toys R Us. This was a case in 2004. This gentleman is still in jail.
Wow.
But apparently we talked to Paul.
Paul Grimes.
Yes, McGuire Grimes, who does movie reviews and talks about it.
Paul's movie trip.
Yes, and he said this is such an excellent movie. And it's trending, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I would totally like to see this.
It looks so quirky.
Yeah, and he did an interview on Hot Ones, and he said basically,
is he Channing?
Channing,
Okay.
sorry, excuse me. He was asked about the variety of movies he's done. And he said, well, sometimes you have to do the bad ones to get the good ones. I'm paraphrasing, to be able to do the passion projects.
Do you think he was talking about the movie he did with Lisa Bonet that nobody saw?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Although I watched that. It was called Pussy Island originally, and then they changed the name.
Did you watch it?
Oh my gosh, it was kind of good. I
Really?
mean, not kind of good. It was a disturbing feminist treatise on, and also taking back the abuse that what was happening on this island. It's a very provocative movie.
Okay.
What happens?
Well, we'll look up the name and we'll let you know by the end of this podcast.
but
We're going to ask our producers, wink, wink.
I don't know. I don't know if he was talking about, has he been in the universe of something where he gets paid a lot of money? So basically that Roofman was a passion project for him.
I love that.
And
I think it's going to be good. It looks quirky and fun.
now the other movie that's opening today, October 10th, is, I know we're going to get the name wrong. I've never really been able to say this name, Anemone. With Daniel Day-Lewis.
And his son.
His son directed and wrote this movie. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Anemone. But it's a hard one.
I didn't even see it. But I do know that his son, Rowan, I think is his name, got him out of retirement because he was done. He declared, I'm not doing movies anymore.
You know what he did for these 5 years he hasn't acted?
He shaved his head.
Well, he did that. He did a lot of sheep herding.
Yes.
And he carved 3 violins from hand.
I love that. I love passion projects like that. That's so cool. Lori.
I know, but just like he
wanted to go back to the simple life.
He really found, I heard him say in an interview promoting this film that he basically found it was tedious to work with other people and their process. Yeah. And he's like famously method actor.
Which would be exhausting for the other people working with him.
Yes, yeah. So it was kind of funny. But his son talked him into it. It's a movie about conflict, family conflicts. Quite frankly, is
it in a different language? How do you?
No. It's just anemone. I don't know what that means. If it's a shellfish or no, I'm getting it mixed up with abalone.
I don't even know.
Abalone or abalone. You can eat that.
Yes.
So I don't know. Anemone might be a sea creature. If only we had a producer.
If only we had someone calling us in. All right, this is the difference, Lori, between our radio show is someone would call in right now and save us. We just have to save ourselves.
Okay, but here's the deal. Here's what I'm going to say about just the description I've given you. Father being directed by the son.
You've given me nothing.
It sounds slow and depressing.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to see it.
You didn't even find out really more about it, but except for he's back.
It's 125 minutes. And it's about 2 estranged brothers, the other one, Sean Bean, who reunite at some remote cabin after decades apart. And so there might be flashbacks.
And they're going to talk.
But yeah, and they're going to talk and maybe not talk. But what does anemone mean?
I don't know.
Anemone.
I don't even know how to spell
It's a
it.
plant of the buttercup family. It has brightly colored flowers. I think we love anemones, and we never knew what they were called. They're in the wild. We see them all the time. Anemones.
Okay, this is just. Okay, I tried to Google anemone, Lori, and let me just tell you what came up.
Because you didn't spell it right, I'm sure.
Eminem. Eminem is known for starring in the semi-autobiographical hip-hop film 8 Mile.
Yeah.
That's my spelling.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
So
if anyone likes it, please let us know.
It symbolizes the joy of spring. So the name of the film is hopeful, but it's going to be really depressing and slow. I'm giving you my review
based
without
on nothing.
Nothing.
There you go. Take that one. So really, we're great at this.
But thumbs up for Kiss of the Spider Woman and Wolfman.
And Wolfman.
Yeah. And then Anemone, someone tell us about it because we're not going to see it.
Yes. And then the other one that is coming out with Julia Roberts is After the Hunt. Oh. It only got a 51% on Rotten Tomato. And it's, I just don't even like it. It was postponed from, I feel like she filmed this a long time ago because it was supposed to air in 2019.
Luca Guadagnino.
Oh, there we go again. Okay, this is a movie review for people who really don't want to see movies. You're welcome.
Luca Guadagnino. I don't know how to say his last name, but I know how to spell it. He did that one with Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer, The Peach and the boy. I don't know what it was called.
James and the Giant Peach?
No, it was the beautiful movie. It was
on the
Italian Riviera. And so he did that movie. She showed up in Venice wearing a sweater with Luca's face on it. Io Edibiri is in the movie.
Okay, so we're not going to see it. That's another...
I don't like a 52% Rotten Tomato. That
ever.
feels like it's coming to my house, and I'll watch it then.
Yes, perfect.
When I can fold laundry and... maybe look at it, my phone.
maybe read a book.
Yeah. No, I can't read and watch TV.
I do that.
I cannot.
I do it for sports.
Yeah.
Jeff will be watching and I'm pretending to be in the room.
Yeah, I guess. I'm
pretending we're having together time.
But the movie that is another passion project that I'm really curious about, and I have not seen Mr. Ryan Reynolds do any press on this except at a film festival where this movie, John Candy, I Like Me, a documentary. I saw him do an interview and he told a story about it. Took him 2 years to get a hold of Bill Murray and a year to get a hold of Dan Aykroyd.
Because remember, they don't have phone numbers, basically.
They're like really unusuals, but they both worked with John Candy.
Yeah.
And he wanted them to be in the documentary because it's a love letter.
It is a love letter. And it's directed by Colin Hank.
That's amazing.
I know.
Tom Hanks'
son. And it's streaming on Prime
Did you
tonight.
call him Hank?
I don't know.
Yeah, Hanks. Mm-hmm. It's streaming.
And yes, it's streaming. And
I want to watch this. I love. I cried. Do you remember crying when John Candy died?
He died when he was 43 years old in 1994.
But I cried. I also was emotional because...
in 1994?
Yes, I was. Because I was, for the first time in my life, foundering as a woman. Making terrible choices.
You were, and I remember because I was trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And this is when I lived over on Colfax, and
I could no longer trust myself because I was so falling for
remember when
the D in the wallet and not...
You remember when you watched my house,
quote
unquote, when I was out of town?
Yeah, no, I was a Hellcat, Julia.
You were.
I was a Hellcat.
This is a great story, though, because you were on fire. Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out, you're reeling from your second divorce.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Which was a marriage that was just...
based in bipolar and just a lot of like...
anger.
Such
anger. You were that wasn't the happy marriage.
It was an abusive relationship and I'd never had any experience with it. And my dad wasn't that way. So I didn't recognize it because I was, you get love bombed.
Yes.
Anyway, and I was easy to love bomb because I was brokenhearted over how I broke everyone's heart when I divorced my first husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like punishing myself while having the most wild time of my life at the same time.
We worked at Carlson during this time. You did have stories.
Oh, boy.
You did?
I cried when John Candy died. Mm-hmm. I felt so much affection for him.
I think everyone does.
Yeah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Uncle Buck.
And just all of his time on SNL. And he was on SCTV before that people loved him.
Of course, David Spade will be in documentary.
Probably talking about it.
But Ryan just really talked about how influential he was to Canadians who wanted to be in comedy or acting. And
he was known for his kindness and like complete generosity. And I think I read something that he was on the set once, like let's call it Paramount or something. And someone was giving a tour at the time to Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold.
Oh my gosh.
And Roseanne Barr said to the tour person on the set, studio lot, is there any way we could meet, John Candy would be willing to meet them? And he said, yes, wait till this tour bus goes by so I don't have to talk to everybody. So then they bring him over and he met Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold. And that, if that doesn't put like a good seal on that time frame. They were, remember those two?
Oh, they were
everywhere.
Yeah, they really were. And he was like from here and doing all the comedy shows.
Right.
Here.
They were big back then.
Yeah.
So 1994, a very good year. I need to talk to you real quickly about Minneapolis plastic surgery. I know that we really just think it's so cool for women and men to have a right to enhance themselves. And if you're going to do it, one of the things that we know for sure is you need to go to board certified plastic surgeons because they every year they have to keep getting accredited and stay up to date with the latest technologies. And they really know what to do, and they know the face and the muscles, and they do, the breast, whatever it is you want done. And you talked about arms being a big thing. I know someone who did it, and they look fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it, please call our friends at Minneapolis Plastic Surgery. They also have a great skincare clinic that does amazing things.
I love the estheticians over there, and they are expert injectors.
They really are. And tell them Lori and Julia sent you because they're just the best. And a consultation is well worth it if you have questions.
Well, speaking of plastic surgery, Nicole Kidman, who's had work done.
Yes, she has.
I mean, she's had a brow lift. She's had a facelift. She's had her eyes done. I mean, all of these Hollywood people have.
And
they
we love
just
it.
aren't honest about it.
No,
one
what a
is
great
honest.
option.
Yeah, that's fine. If you
what
don't
a great
want to
option.
I liked being honest about it, but she showed
Lori,
up.
you shocked everyone.
I know. So her first public appearance was last weekend when she presented Taylor Sheridan with some kind of an award. That was her first public appearance since filing for divorce.
And she is in one of his shows, Lioness, which is coming out soon again, which is so good.
So
on
good.
Paramount Plus.
And Keith Urban is in the show The Road, which Taylor's producing to find a band to open for Keith Urban.
Yes. So they both have relationships with him.
But he chose Nicole because he knows who's the higher
The
value celebrity.
So she was just at Fashion Week.
Just on Monday night, she showed up with her daughters. Her one daughter walked in, I think, the Dior show, but Mathieu Blazy, and this is his first Chanel collection for Chanel since they got rid of
whoever
the person it was that replaced Karl Lagerfeld.
Okay.
And I watched some of it on Instagram. Absolutely knocked it out of the park, reimagined everything that's Chanel and made it so fresh and modern, so cool.
Lori, when we were in Paris, I remember going by the premier Chanel location.
On Rue de Saint-Honoré.
Yeah, and I took pictures because one of the shoes that they had is like a black, almost like a kitten heel height, but it has a pearl ball with the 2 C's on the back of it.
Amazing.
It just looked so cool. And just the little tiny pocket purses, because Rihanna is the face of Chanel, isn't she?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Nicole Kidman is now the new face.
Okay.
Was just announced as she was at this show in a place of honor. Dior also makes the tiny little
tiny little purses. Okay.
She was there, and Anne Hathaway, I think, maybe used to be, but Greta Lee went to Dior, and Ayo Edebiri, who's going to be in After the Hunt, went from Bottega to Chanel along with Nicole. Because
are we just talking them
the
dropping
ambassadors? They will be seen in all the ads.
Brand ambassador hopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What a good gig if you can get it.
Yes, and she was a brand ambassador 20 years ago.
Who, Nicole?
Nicole Kidman.
For who?
For Chanel.
Wow.
Yeah. And she has been Balenciaga's ambassador for the last several years.
She's a hanger.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a highly coveted, well-paid, get your dress. I mean, amazing. And so she was there and she had the reimagined white Chanel blouse on with these elegant trousers. And she's with both of her daughters and she has breakup bangs.
Oh, I didn't notice the bangs because I was just so focused on the white blouse, which I love.
So chic and elegant.
What is it about breakup bangs?
I don't know, and it could have been a wiglet, because she didn't have
There's
these
no
bangs.
way she would cut out.
She didn't have the bangs on Saturday night with Taylor, but they really looked great on her. Like this is an instance of breakup bangs
looking great,
good, and
she's got a high forehead, so she's got the real estate to be able to do a bang.
Her eyebrows were dark, and I kind of liked the darkness of them. And then she's walking arm in arm with her daughters. And the day before, last Sunday walked in the Dior show.
Wow!
So she's a nepo baby model, and that's happening.
And her daughters are Sunday Rose and Faith something.
Yes, Sunday Rose and Faith.
Yeah,
those are the two names. But it's not like Nicole. Like this hasn't been on the family schedule. So the whole way that Keith Urban has been behaving and the stories that are out there and the double downing from this Maggie, the fiddle player in his band, with her Instagram shows he didn't really care because the girls are there.
Right.
So why is he, but she has 80% custody of them and they're certainly old enough to have just said, Dad, no, we're living with Mom.
Right.
And anyway, it just makes me, again, raise my slightly Botox eyebrow.
On Keith Urban.
It's not a good look in his
I would
situation.
agree. I would agree. But what is a good look, and I just have to say this because we have sponsors of our shows and we want to recognize them. But what you did see, Lori, and you told me yesterday is everyone is wearing glasses. Everyone walking the shows. There were
some shows where people were walking with glasses on, but I did notice. I'm not a fan of sunglasses in these fashion shows, and I saw Anna Wintour run to give Meghan Markle a hug. They were at the Balenciaga show, but she kept her sunglasses on.
She always does.
The whole time.
I think it's rude. Unless
is.
You have like albino eye or something's wrong with your eyes.
Albino eye I don't think is a thing.
It isn't. But I mean, it is rude.
Yeah.
But at InVision Distinctive Eyewear, again, people spend thousands of dollars in shoes and watches and handbags.
Yeah, it's true.
And the first thing anyone looks at on you is your face.
Right.
So pay attention and why not look fabulous every day? That's what eyeglasses can do for you. And the eyeglass whisperers at InVision are fantastic. It's just a chill environment with the best glasses, with the best staff.
I can't wait to shop for a new pair of sunglasses and a new pair of regular glasses.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm bored with my glasses. They've got 4 great locations in the Twin Cities in the Galleria North, and they are also in Minnetonka and Grand Avenue. Stop by and tell them Lori and Julia sent you.
Please.
Okay, are we going to talk about The Bachelor?
Oh, we certainly can talk about
the Golden Bachelor.
The Golden Bachelor.
So we're well into the season now.
There have been 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's abbreviated. I mean, I think there might only be 6 or 7 episodes. It is an abbreviated
They really
season.
do it.
So the show is the same, whatever. But
we get sucked in every time.
Yeah.
We just do.
I don't mind it, but the thing that I am struck with more with this season than I was the first Golden Bachelor season, because we had several good ladies who knew how to flirt. This whole group, with the exception of one woman, I don't know any other names, they are dating toddlers. They are so bad at flirting. It's blowing my mind. The one gal who's good at flirting is making all kinds of headway with Mel because you got to flirt back, and you got to be a dirty flirter.
Oh, Lori.
And
you don't even have to be a dirty flirter.
No,
you can be a kind.
You can flirt a little dirty, but like have some flirt game. And I guess like this one lady, she's never even been married. And to me, if I'm a guy, that's a bit of a red flag for me, but not a green flag for me. I'm just thinking like a man with a penis right now. And I'm just thinking a woman
which one usually does if you're you. But I would think, I guess the opposite is when I started dating after my divorce, you
were a dating toddler. You had
beyond.
no idea. I coached you, and you have a master's degree now.
Whatever. But I will say something about it. If there was a man that had never been married, I would have a red flag.
Yes.
Because I think
It's
there's
a
an
red
issue
flag.
with commitment, but yet everybody makes life choices, and there's so many reasons why people don't get married. So
My point is the woman doesn't know how to flirt. She's
Yeah.
absolutely a disaster. It's like if you spent all these years being single, you'd think you'd be one of the better flirters.
Well, not everybody, it's not natural. But I will say, when you say dating toddler, basically you had a very active dating life before your marriages and in between.
Right. But when I say dating toddler, I'm referencing someone who had maybe one significant boyfriend and then they got married and then they were married for 25 or 30 years. And then all of a sudden they're in their 50s and they are dating, and so they're a dating toddler. They have no good experience that they can reference because
they were so young when they started it anyway.
Yes.
I'll give you an example of a dating toddler, and this is what we're seeing on The Golden Bachelor.
Yes, dating toddlers running around clunking their heads.
They start getting like when I started doing all those websites, or what do we call them? The apps.
Yes.
And we would do this at work, you and I, and during break, I'm like, Lori, how do I respond? How do I respond? And if someone didn't respond, I was like devastated. What's wrong with me? Because you are just putting yourself out there and the rejection feels bigger than life. And you kept saying, Julia, you've never even met these people. You don't even know them. Why are you investing so much personal energy into somebody you've never met? It took me a while to catch on. And I didn't care then. And you start to get thick skin and realize it's just a numbers game.
Yeah, but it is also very true. You can, even in the real life dating world, whether it's apps or whether it's you're out with friends and you're looking to have some fun and someone else, who cares what other people who've never met you think about you? Just move along.
It is the best advice ever, because I watch these women, if they get rejected by him, burst into tears, and they've known him for a week at the most.
Yeah. This is not the way to win The Bachelor. The way to win The Bachelor is be flirty and not all of this neediness. That's another part of dating toddlerdom that people, and it can be, men or women, anybody who's,
you just want to be liked and accepted because you feel rejected in your own mind.
But there's nothing that turns off somebody more than neediness. Confidence is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
And really just fake it. But I would say,
don't forget to toss your hair. There's lots of things that you can do. But come on, make fun of what someone does for a living. Oh, you're a lawyer. Okay, are you one of the good ones or the bad ones? It's easy to do.
For you.
But it is easy for people to do. They have to get out of their heads. And so it just takes practice, like you said, and having a friend.
I was just going to say, having a girlfriend who would go out and be your wing person or whatever, because I do know a lot of people want to start dating again after, in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And it's like, where do you even start? But just remember, have thick skin. You don't know these people. It is a numbers game at some point. But literally, when I just quit all apps, because I just couldn't do it anymore. And I had some fun relationships for a while. But then I, wasn't thinking, wasn't looking, and was at a St. Patrick's Day parade bar. And all of a sudden, Jeff walks in, and literally we're the only old people in the bar at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But he was just so charming and delightful. And I did flirt.
You did flirt. And you've always been able to flirt. But for some reason, you were better when you could flirt more easily when you were married, because it's like there's no investment in it. It's just fun. Like I still practice flirting.
I know you do. But we flirt with men and women. I think we flirt with everybody.
Yeah. But for some reason, when you were, like when you met Jeff in person, you'd had enough dating under your belt that I even felt comfortable you being out in the wild and knowing Julia's got this. She's going to meet somebody great,
And your thing, don't introduce your person to anybody until it's been 3 months.
Yes.
Literally, that was the date hanging over Jeff's head. I said, we can't tell Lori till 3 months. And then he bought me a diamond necklace at the 3-month date. And I'm like, okay.
And the reason why that is my advice is that then the minute you introduce them to people, even if it's a month, and I know I sound like a hypocrite because I got married to Casey in like 3 months.
You did.
But I'd also had a lot of dating experience, and I had decided I was not going to be married anymore. But you had really had a lot of experiences, so you knew if you take that at my advice, because people get involved in your business the minute they meet somebody.
And then they
How's
say,
it going?
Or they don't like them.
Yeah, or whatever.
You'll hear from a friend, well, so-and-so thought they were kind of boring. Well, you just met them. So you get a lot of opinions that are unsolicited.
Yes, so if you really do find yourself like really madly crushing on somebody, keep that person to yourself for 3 months.
And as a potential catfished woman, which is
yes.
very common.
That happened to you right away.
It did. And I got roses and I got a teddy bear and balloons and from someone I didn't know that suddenly needed money for a building they were building for the Olympics in London. That's a real
thing. Don't ever put that you're recently divorced in a profile or out of a long-term relationship. That's a flag for people to target you.
But meet in person before you do it too long. If you want to do this, you need to talk on the phone. You have to hear their voice.
See if you like it.
And then meet in person.
Because what if they talk like Ed Gein? Hi, Julia. I'm really looking forward to having coffee with you. I mean, no, screaming, no.
Because you can get a lot out of a phone call. So do that. And Ed Gein you're referring to is the monster, the new Ryan Murphy monster thing that's on Netflix.
Which he had this surprisingly very soft, weird,
like Truman Capote.
Voice.
When we watched that Barbara Walters special, there's somewhere in there she interviewed Truman Capote.
He had a very high voice.
Hi, Barbara. Yeah. I'm Truman Capote. Yeah. How are you? I was just, and I still am always struck.
That was his real voice.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Well, anyway, so I want these ladies to stop being needy and I want them to start being flirty. And I want you to know, even though you're not on the market, our boyfriend, Kevin Costner, is back out in the dating world. Yeah.
So he's how to flirt with Kevin Costner will be our next podcast. In case you run into him at the grocery store.
We know he's fun to flirt with because we flirted with him on our radio show. But he's dipping his toe back in the dating pool. He has been spending time with a filmmaker who looks exactly like his ex-wife. She's 46 years old.
He has a type.
Her name is Kelly Noonan Gores. No relation to Al.
Okay. And he was Gore.
One of her friends told People magazine, Kelly has seen Kevin, but it's very casual. So she doesn't have the code to his front
Santa
gate
Barbara.
In Carpinteria.
Carpinteria's front gate of his resort on the ocean, which is his house.
She's an actress who's just been in guest spots on Bones and CSI, and she directed Heel, some documentary, and she lost her Pacific Palisades home in the LA fires earlier this year.
A lot of people did that.
She's divorced from a billionaire, so don't cry for her, Argentina.
Okay, so she's got her own money.
And she was on a podcast and described the divorce as heartbreaking, and that was in April of 2024. But they are seeing each other, and she's got a 6-year-old daughter. Okay, let me Hollywood speak all of this.
Okay, please.
This is just friends with benefits.
Yes.
He's just a nice bridge, a nice place to land to have a break between her and her husband. This is going nowhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he doesn't want to have a 6-year-old kid.
No.
And that's what you would be signing up for. And she just got divorced in April. He's been divorced for 2 years.
Her divorce could have taken a long time because she was married to a billionaire and there's probably a lot of assets to divide.
No, they had a prenup. It was he found another woman.
Okay.
He left her for the 26-year-old version of herself, which
is
always
Keith Urban.
Yeah, very disappointing. Very disappointing.
But it happens.
But he's out there. So if you run into Kevin, know that he's in a casual relationship.
So there's still an opportunity for you to say hello.
Yeah, right.
Giddy on up, girl. All right. So we couldn't be more thrilled that this book is being made into a movie, The Girl in Cabin 10. And this TV series on Netflix. And when we first read this book, this was the very first Ruth Ware book wasn't it? That we read?
In a Dark, Dark Wood was the first book about the stagette party gone horribly wrong.
I hated that book.
In the woods, but she's a thriller author.
She is, but I don't know that she was on our show for that, or she was, Lori, because I still have the book, and she was on for The Girl in Cabin 10. But it's starring Keira Knightley, Guy Pearce, and it was filmed off in the setting is there's a murder on a luxury cruise ship that these people were invited on for a marketing conference or something.
Yes.
And it just looks so juicy and so good. And the book was so good. And there's a key thing that they found in it that I still remember to this day. And that book came out a long, long time ago. That solved the murder. I can't say it, but I don't want to say it. But I think this is going to be, the previews look so good. But that's today, guys, on Netflix. So you can check that out, The Girl in Cabin 10.
Yeah. And there is a follow-up book called The Woman in Suite 11. But this is just based on what happened. If you remember, it did sort of dangle on a cliff, that ending.
Yes, but I remember what solved it, and I felt like I could relate to it. So anyway.
So yeah, she's a journalist. She's on this lavish yacht. It just sounds like something that Keira Knightley is going to be
phenomenal and Hannah Waddington from Ted Lasso is in it. Mm-hmm. And she's the blonde, that owns...
Waddingham.
What?
Waddingham?
Is that her name?
Yeah.
What did I call her?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think I called her Waddington.
Something. But it wouldn't be a show if you didn't mispronounce stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. But that will be fun and exciting. And she was so delighted. We follow her on Instagram. And I was looking back, Lori, because you always send notes to her, which was really cute. And another one of her books, The Lying Game, is also in the works at Amazon. I just think of all these authors that we interviewed. And we'll start having those again. We just have to get that.
All of our previous interviews are located on our thisloriandjulia.com website or stillloud.com website, all like going back. Way back.
So you could find these interviews and listen to them. But she's so excited. So she's got 2 books in the works. That looks really good. But I just want to tell people about when I say frothy, low impact escapism, what am I describing?
Like a movie on Hallmark?
Pretty close. But I love this description because it's so my kind of entertainment. There's this TV series on Prime called Hotel Costiera.
Oh, I have seen I want to watch this show so bad.
Lori, it's a binger. And if anyone has been to the Amalfi Coast, you're going to die. Because
that's where it's all filmed?
It's all filmed on the Amalfi Coast. And you start out, you're going right into Positano. And it's based on, there's a very nice hotel there called Villa Trevelle. And it's loosely based, the setting is at a hotel. And it stars Jesse Williams, who was on Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
And he plays DeLuca, and he's kind of a fixer at a hotel.
Oh.
And
I like this
everything
already.
From recovering a dog to recovering...
This sounds like that old soap hotel.
It kind of is. It's cheesy.
All the stuff that goes on in a hotel that the staff has to deal with, and this beautiful and rich people being entitled and beautiful people coming to do naughty things.
It's so fun. You go to Ravello. You go You go to Amalfi. I was trying to look for where we stayed. Yeah. I mean, it's just, even if you haven't been to the Amalfi Coast. I got
to tell my mama. Well, she'll listen to this podcast. Tell us the name of the show again.
It's called Hotel Costiera, Costiera.
It pops up all the time, and it's on what streamer? Prime. Yeah.
It is so good. And at this hotel, famously, Madonna stays there. Richard Gere stays there.
Well, then it's a show I definitely want to watch.
You want to see, and it just the blue of the ocean when they filmed it. And I hope it gets renewed because, again, it's a frothy, low impact escapism TV show.
Perfect.
And that you just love.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I always see it when I was watching Countdown and Terminalist with Taylor Kitsch. That they were on Prime, and so I would always see that
the ads,
and it was so colorful. And I was like, it takes place in a hotel in the Amalfi Coast, and I'd be like, Casey, I want to watch that. I'm not watching that with you because he doesn't want to watch frothy.
Okay, so that's funny because I started watching it, and I'm like, Jeff, because he's downstairs in his man cave. I'm like, Jeff, you got to watch this with me. And he came up because we were just there last November, and had such a funny experience on the Amalfi Coast. And I have no idea how people travel to the Amalfi Coast in high season. I would be so claustrophobic. Yeah. and the hairpin turns. It's like something you've never experienced.
We hired a car and a driver because there was no way.
John and Jeff drove. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, I couldn't. Casey's a terrible driver.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely terrible.
Would just be.
He falls asleep and he doesn't have any sense of direction.
And you would hate it because you can't be a tourist
can't
and
be
look out the window.
That's right. If you have to drive, it's too much responsibility.
It's too much responsibility. I absolutely loved it.
All right,
so
well,
that's
the show that. It's Friday, the 10th. So the 5th episode of Task on HBO just aired.
Oh, we haven't seen it yet. That show is so
good. Tom Pelphrey is going to win Emmys and awards and everything else. And but there is a scene last night because that's when we just watched it last night.
Yeah.
It airs on Sunday night, and there's only 2 more episodes.
So I have 3 left because I haven't watched
and
the one that you watched.
And it's the same guy who came up with Mayor of Easttown with Kate Winslet, which was such a terrific show.
This show is...
But I'll just say that I cried.
Oh.
And there's so many possible things that are going on right now that I have anxiety about how they're going to wrap it up. But this has been a really great show. And I like it that it just comes out once a week. That you
can't watch more than 1 episode at a time, I find it. Because I'm like... You're so in it.
And this show has an emotional impact. It makes you think. It makes you think about a lot, just things in your own family and dynamics, and the storyline and the writing is just so compelling that you need to digest it.
I would agree.
And so I'm fine with it coming up because I've heard people say, I don't like watching a show that I can't watch it all at once. Well, sometimes that's too much.
I would, Lori, when we're done with this, I feel
I like having
exhausted.
a weekly show.
I do too if it's good.
Yes. And
if it's
Task is definitely going to be an award-winning. And the other show that Casey and I really liked and would watch week to week on AMC, and it dropped on Netflix, and I see it's been in the top 10, is Dark Winds.
Oh, love that show.
Love that show, based on the Tony Hillenbrand novels, and it's about the sheriff at a Navajo reservation that encompasses, I don't know how many acres and acres, but it's so good, that show.
It is so good, but I didn't watch the last season, so I'm glad to know. Did it go to Hulu, you said?
Netflix. But
that's
I think it's
great
just
show.
maybe the first 3 because, they want people to go to AMC, but it was an AMC show, just like, Breaking Bad, where they do take some chances and make some great shows, but it's getting new life, just like Animal Kingdom did when it dropped on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a great show. And it's set, I think, in New Mexico.
Yes. Yep.
It's dusty and dry.
I love the actor. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but he is absolutely beautiful in it that plays the sheriff. We're both
Googling.
Googling it right now because his name
He's wonderful.
Joe Leaphorn is the character. So
he's Zan
McClarnon.
Oh, he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good.
Everybody in the cast is really terrific. And there's some amazing storylines. And they're based on a series of books. So theoretically, they could do this show for a long time.
Forever.
Auntie Marlene used to read all the Joe Leaphorn books because she loved Tony Hillenbrand.
We used to read those
Yeah.
books. Remember, I can't think of the first one that came out, but I can see the cover.
Long time. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago.
And then Casey and I did give a try. We seldom watch comedies, but because it's our boyfriend, Glenn Powell, we watched Chad Powers.
Okay, what's that about?
And Chad Powers, Glenn Powell plays this guy who in the series opens with it. He's an amazing quarterback, and it's the college championship game, whatever the biggest game of all is. And he gets to be the quarterback who runs there's no one to throw to. So he starts running and he gets all the way to the end and
gets trips.
No, he bounced the ball, but he wasn't across the line.
Okay.
And so the other guy picks it up and runs it back and wins the college championship.
Oh,
and his name is Mud, and no one wants him. I guess Eli Manning and his brother Peyton are producing this.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's some Eli Manning
and it's
story.
a comedy.
It's a comedy. So he's like at 7 years after, and he's haunted by this plague.
As you would be.
And then he pushes over in a wheelchair some kid who's at the sideline with cancer.
Jeez.
And he
By accident?
he goes out in flames. He's huge. The kid says to him, "Don't worry, you're still my favorite player." Well, he's just in shock that he did this stupid thing. And he accidentally kind of anyway, he comes off like a real dink. So he is trying to become a football player again, and he decides to do a walk-on at the University of Alabama, and his dad happens to be a makeup artist in Hollywood, so he wears this prosthetic so you don't recognize him.
Oh, that
He's
is
kind
so
of
funny.
homely,
so he's undercover
and 26 years old, trying out to be the guy. Yeah, so that's the premise. Casey and we did laugh, and I was like, I'd watch another episode of that, So anyway, it's on Hulu.
I've heard nothing about this. I haven't seen anything about it. Chad Powers.
And there is an Eli Manning. I don't know if he pranked. If he did some famous prank, you could ask your boys and tried to walk on with a team or something.
Yes.
And it's loosely based on that or something, but it's a passion project for Chad. And I do appreciate seeing his arms in motion.
Glenn Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Who plays Chad. Is it supposed to be kind of like Ted Lasso?
No, I don't. It's not that sickly sweet. At least I hope it isn't. Because if it is, I'm turning it off.
Oh, you're like the only person in the world who didn't love Ted Lasso. I think
I loved the first episode, and then I was done with it.
The first episode?
The first season.
Oh.
Yeah. And then that was perfect for me. That was the perfect amount of Ted.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I tried Stick, with the butterscotch
I
stallion.
loved that. Now that was hysterical.
Yeah, I know. But
you
again,
couldn't do it?
Too much feeling good.
You really can't do that. So you are not frothy, low impact.
But
escapism.
I am for the Amalfi Coast and a hotel and drama like that. Yes,
with scenery, you're
you
willing
betcha.
to do it.
You betcha.
Oh, thanks, Laurie. All right. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We are just having a blast, and we'll be back.
That went by too fast.
I know. That was a quickie.